Let me take you back to a time when Gotham was ruled by fear, corruption, and a man who was ruthless enough to rise through it all. Oswald Cobblepot, better known as the Penguin. I was there, watching him climb from a nobody to the most feared Kingpin in Gotham. Trust me, what I saw will send chills down your spine. I remember when Oswald Cobblepot was just a snivelling little nobody. Back then, people laughed at him. He was a low-level errand boy, working for the crime families in Gotham, always lurking in the shadows, desperate for power. He looked pathetic, short, with a limp and an awkward waddle. But you could see something darker in his eyes, something that told you he wasn't going to stay at the bottom for long. He had this strange, eerie charm about him, and he was smart, very smart. He knew how to play people, how to make them underestimate him. I saw it firsthand. He worked for Fish Mooney, one of Gotham's most dangerous crime bosses. But Oswald? He wasn't loyal to anyone. Behind the scenes, he was always plotting, waiting for his moment to strike. One night, everything changed. Fish found out Oswald had been snitching to the police, playing both sides. That was the first time I saw the real Penguin. Fish had him beaten and thrown into the river, thinking he was done for. But he survived. Somehow, he always survived. From that moment, Oswald became something else. He clawed his way back to Gotham, limping, bleeding, and more determined than ever. His eyes, I'll never forget the look in them. He didn't just want revenge, he wanted the whole city. Slowly but surely, he started taking out anyone who stood in his way. He made allies when it suited him, and betrayed them when the time was right. The man had no morals, no loyalty, only ambition. One by one, he manipulated Gotham's most powerful crime families, turning them against each other while he climbed the ranks. Every step he took, he left a trail of blood behind him. I'll never forget the day he confronted Fish Mooney again. She thought she could outsmart him, but Oswald was always 10 steps ahead. He had her cornered, powerless, just like she once had him. The little boy who used to run her errands was now the king of Gotham's underworld. And you know what? He smiled, that twisted, evil grin. Because to him, this wasn't just revenge. This was proof that Gotham belonged to him. But what makes Oswald truly terrifying isn't just his cruelty. It's how good he is at making you think he's your friend, only to stab you in the back the moment you turn around. I saw it happen again and again. People trusted him, only to end up in the morgue. He'd shake your hand, smile and say, "We're partners." And before you knew it, you were gone. And the craziest part, Gotham let him do it. The city, with all its corruption and darkness, was the perfect place for someone like the Penguin to thrive. He didn't just survive in the chaos, he ruled it. Now, you'd think a man like that would fall eventually, right? But this is Oswald Cobblepot we're talking about. He's always one step ahead, always finding a way to crawl back up, no matter how many times he's knocked down. I'll say this: if you ever meet him, don't let your guard down for a second. Behind that smile, behind that polite tone, is a man who's already figured out how to use you, and when he's done, he won't hesitate to crush you. So, what do you think? Did the Penguin become a monster because of Gotham? Or was he always like that? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story and want to hear more about Gotham's most dangerous villains, hit that like button and subscribe. There's more to come from the dark alleys of Gotham. And trust me, you won't want to miss it.